All over the world, species clash in nature's savage battle of survival. On the open plains, on coral reefs, and even on suburban streets, all are locked in deadly conflict. Animals fight tooth and claw to win food, territory, and rights to the bloodline. From the jungles of Asia to the beaches of Antarctica, there are no rules. This is Animal Fight Night. The African plains are a playground for predators. But for herbivores, danger doesn't just come from meat eaters. The enemy can be much closer to home. There's a new kid in a herd of Burchell zebra. Mom looks away, and a stallion gives chase. The new boss of the herd is on a mission to murder. It's not common, but new stallions do kill offspring that don't share their bloodline. At the waterhole, the stallion uses his weight ruthlessly. The foal is in deep trouble. Mom has an agonizing decision. To protect her child, she must put herself in danger. A loosened grip gives the foal wriggle room. Now Mom makes up her mind. His incisors usually crop grass, but they can also pierce flesh. A chance to escape, but those incisors are back. A stumble buys the foal seconds, and Mom races to the rescue. If the foal dies, the stallion will have more chance of getting Mom pregnant. Mom tries to throw the stallion off balance. But the bully answers back. A brutal kick. Only stalls her for a moment. Mom and child win. But they can't rest easy. The foal won't leave Mom until it's 2 to 3 years old. That's a long time to be looking over your shoulder. Even predators have to watch their backs. When they lose a kill, they've wasted energy for nothing. So winners live and losers die. The Badlands of Botswana. These may look like playful pups, but African wild dogs are one of the most successful predators in the world. They'll travel over 30 miles looking for food and kill more than 4 times out of 5. Spotted hyenas know this. They stalk dog packs and steal their food. The dogs kill an impala. But they must chow down fast before the hyenas show up. The hyena bandits are over double the dog's weight. But these rivals are closely matched for murder. The wild dog's vice-like jaws are lined with 42 teeth, developed for a hyper-carnivorous diet. Their lower carnassials are topped with a blade-like cusp to shear meat and eat quickly. Thanks to wide zygomatic arches, which attach to well-developed facial muscles, he has one of the strongest bites for his size on the African plains. Despite appearances, the hyena is more closely related to a cat. Like big cats, her sharp carnassials kill and rip through flesh. But she also has hammer-like premolars. These are used to crush large bones. She'll devour an entire carcass, and her bite can grind the bones of an elephant into pieces. They're as different as cats and dogs. And these dogs have lost their kill. They've wasted energy on the failed hunt and need to eat. They target a herd of red lechwe. These can weigh over 200 pounds. A bigger prize if you can bring one down. The dogs single out a ram and corner him. The ram's elongated hooves and water-repellent fur mean a muddy pool is no problem for him. The dog's short legs slow them down in water. While the ram stays, he's got the edge. The hyena bandits are back. The starving dogs face going hungry yet again. With strong bone inside the ram's huge horns, one well-placed stab would kill. A bandit is gored. It's a three-way standoff. There'll be 2 losers. The ram searches for an escape path. With little room to run, he takes the battle to the bandits. It's a fatal mistake. Once more, the bandits take the prize. Once more, the dogs need to hunt again to survive. On the African savanna, the lion is top predator. But every youngster needs to earn that title. Males leave their pride at around 2.5 years. They wander alone or team up with other related outcasts. Most kills are made by lionesses. So young males learn to hunt for themselves. Only 1 in 15 make it to their 4th birthday. 2 rookies plan to beat those odds. This young buffalo is a 1.5 million calorie target. And he's wandered from his herd. Buffalo can spot a lion from more than half a mile away. But not when his back is turned. The older rookie pounces and loses the element of surprise. Get on the end of those horns, and it's game over. Junior takes his eyes off the rookies for a second. It's a costly error that earns him more than 800 pounds of lion body slam. Their target is Junior's neck. Lions are armed with 4 canines around 3 inches in length. These fit almost perfectly between the cervical vertebrae of their prey to sever the spinal cord. But they have to penetrate hide, which is almost 2 inches thick. No easy task when Junior is on his back. At 2 to 1, he's done for. But the odds are about to change. Two lions can take down a young buffalo. But not an entire herd. The rookies have miscalculated badly. They'll have to contend with nearly 10 tons of angry buffalo. The youngest lion wises up. But his older teammate still tries for the killer bite. A bull thinks he needs more persuasion. For the famished lion, hunger trumps sense. But they have no chance against 20 horns. Outnumbered, our starving rookies are beaten. Will they learn the smart moves fast enough to beat the odds on survival? When an animal has a hair trigger, it doesn't take much for things to get dangerously out of hand. Hippo battles kick off quicker during the dry season, when water holes are crowded. It's like sharing a bath with a losing football team. And if you're a young jock, it's best to keep your head down. Coach settles in at one end of the pod. He keeps a no-nonsense eye on the group. Dominant males will attack young challengers. But over at the other end of the line, one cocky guy didn't get the message. He barges his neighbor and sets off a shockwave. It's a domino effect, where every tile is nearly 3 tons of cranky hippo. That's bad news for the hippo closest to Coach. He knows the big fella will lash out at whoever is nearest, and decides offense is the best defense. Get between a hippo's canines, and you'll feel nearly half a ton of bite force. Enough to crush a croc's head. They have the biggest mouth of any land mammal. Forward-pointing tusks can stab right through thick protective skin. The scapegoat's offense isn't working. If he's going down, he's going down fighting. But not for long. Coach shows who's boss, and calm returns to the waterhole. There'll only be one alpha male in this hippopod, and the scapegoat keeps a low profile. Group animals may jostle for dominance. But for loners, it's one in, one out. Winner takes all. This 6-year-old male leopard is about to gamble with his life. He stalks a rival nearly double his age. For 3 days, the youngin's been watching and waiting. Leopards will measure up their opponents before risking a fight. This nomad wants food and females that come with the veteran's territory. He thinks the old-timer is past his prime. The darker fur around the veteran's neck shows his maturity. When 2 alpha predators face off, there will be blood. When territory is at stake, leopards can fight to the death. A leopard's domain can cover over 13 square miles. It's a big prize. The veteran takes the dominant position. But the nomad isn't ready to give up. A bite to the throat could mean death for the nomad. He needs his last reserve of strength. A desperate burst of power. The tables turn. But not for long. Serious injury means both could lose their ability to hunt. That's a death sentence. The nomad is defiant. But the veteran keeps his territory. His younger rival must accept a nomadic life or fight again for a new territory. In the southern hemisphere, a unique animal has developed a violent reproductive strategy. When Europeans first settled in the southern Australian island of Tasmania, they told of terrifying nocturnal screams in the forests. The cause? Not supernatural. But the Tasmanian devil, a marsupial the size of a small dog. For these cantankerous creatures, every day is a battle. Devils only weigh up to 26 pounds. But strong muscles and teeth in oversized heads mean they can bite through bone. This female is in heat. Males only get their chance for up to 10 days once a year. Courtship is hellish. She needs her partner to be dominant, so her offspring will inherit strong genes. He bites deep into her neck, but evolution has prepared her for his savagery. During the breeding season, a fatty deposit builds in the back of her neck, protecting it from his bite. A rise in reproductive hormones also makes her more passive. But after mating, the deposit will go. Reproductive hormone levels will temporarily fall, and tempers will rise. His teeth drag her back to her diabolically dark den. The alpha devil subdues her. Now, he mates with her. It could be a week before she becomes pregnant, so she could still mate with a rival. But he's on to her. Turning jailer, he blocks the exit to her den. Now he's in charge. Days later, her sex hormones begin to fade. Her focus turns to evicting her captor. And this devil is ready to unleash hell. When Tasmanian devils mate, there's as much fighting as loving. Her jailer launches a fiendish attack on her face. Pound for pound, a devil's bite is even more powerful than a tiger. The jailer has her on the ground. She pushes back. And suffers for it. But she breaks free. The male loses this battle, but wins the war. She's pregnant. And now, she won't mate with another male. This savage coupling has created new life, but it may also have taken it. Devil facial tumor disease is a contagious cancer that affects only devils. It's spread by biting to the face and has led to population declines of close to 80%. Tragically, the devil's brutal reproductive strategy may lead to its eventual extinction. Throughout nature's battleground, ruthless predators seek out the young and the weak. Gentoo penguins face fearsome foes. Sea lions, killer whales, and leopard seals all devour them. Thanks to flippers evolved from the wings of ancestors, gentoos can flee at 22 miles an hour. Nearly 4 times faster than Michael Phelps. To breed, they pair up and build colonies on Antarctic shorelines like the Hippo Islands. Out of the water, they're largely safe. Unless this guy's around. The southern giant petrel. Its hooked bill is a dagger. They're mainly scavengers, and like a penguin snack. Adult penguins are too heavy to capture. But chicks are a treat. For these thugs, breeding season is a brutal buffet. Moms and dads must be on their guard. It's a busy day at Gentoo Swim School. One student chick gets his first taste of the Antarctic chill. He needs a few more laps before he's a pro like his parents. Suddenly, there's penguin panic. A male giant petrel zeroes in. The base of a penguin's skull has less fat and muscle to protect it. Puncture a vein there, and it's all over. The chick is overmatched by the petrel. And it gets worse. Another thug. The kid's all alone in the deep end. Until a hero thinks he can help. Petrel thugs picked the wrong chick to prey on. These little swimmers look after their own. Here's Dad. He puts himself in grave danger. A thug loses his grip, letting the chick run for his life. Dad lashes the attacker and gives a brutal flipper slap to his abdomen. Gen 2 flippers form a tough blade of solid bone. They're useless for flight, but handy in a fight. The thugs stage a tactical retreat. The chick makes it up to the beach to safety. He'll live to swim another day, thanks to Dad's bravery. Small animals can have big attitude, especially when they're experts in chemical warfare. In Southeast Asia, two rival ant kingdoms live in constant battle. Giant forest ants build their nests on the woodland floor. Weaver ants build nests out of leaves, high above them. Forest ants are an insect Goliath. They're nearly 1 1/4 inches long. Razor-sharp jaws can sever smaller insects with one swift bite. And they're also armed with acid. A worker weaver ant is close to 1/5 of the size of its Goliath relative. Colonies can house over 500,000 residents. Weaver ants will attack any intruder in their territory. These two ants normally live apart, but when their worlds collide, it's war. This lone ant Goliath is on a solo foraging expedition. A tiny weaver ant clings to its antenna. The weaver's strong jaws make it hard to dislodge. This tough little critter can carry up to 100 times its weight. But one bite from Goliath will slice it in two. It's time for Weaver 911. The weaver ant has left an odor trail running from its nest. The odor is released from a rectal gland, dragged behind the abdomen on 2 bristles. Backup can follow the trail right to the weaver. The cavalry's on its way. Weavers take out the forest ant's joints. But it's not over. Goliath's mandibles slice through an attacker. But now, the weavers play their deadly ace. The weaver's large triangular mandibles are serrated and can inflict a severe bite. A poison gland in their abdomen then sprays formic acid into the wound, which acts to weaken the damaged exoskeleton and can disable the victim. Goliath is a solo forager and has no help in sight. Its head drips with formic acid. The weavers overwhelm their target and take it to be eaten. Proving size is no match for hordes of chemical killers. Danger can come from every angle, so animals seek shelter wherever they can and fight dirty to keep it. A female day octopus forages for food. Crustaceans and fish are on the menu, but so is she. Plenty of ocean predators are partial to calamari. Even cannibalism isn't out of bounds. Mating sometimes leads to guys becoming an after-sex snack. Surrounded by danger, the octopus is a master of disguise. Specialized pigment organs in their skin allow them to change color and texture and disappear into their surroundings. But hiding in plain sight isn't always enough. And octopuses spend more than 3/4 of their time sheltering. This apartment is perfect. But she senses a threat. She tries to blend in with her background. But that's no good against a cannibal killer. This female octopus senses danger. Another octopus wants to move in. She's a bruiser, missing an arm, possibly from previous battles. She has a big reach and a deadly weapon. Inside their body sac are poison glands. These deliver toxic proteins to the only hard part of the creature, its parrot-like beak made of chitin. A bite can paralyze the nervous system of their prey. The squatter settles in, leaving the owner out in the open. But she doesn't go far. The squatter's on alert. A camouflage technique called a passing cloud produces movement and startles predators. Scare tactics don't work on the tenant. Each arm has a separate brain-like structure at its base. so they can move independently from the brain, which helps octopuses fight. The tenant retreats, but drags the squatter with her as well. It's round 2. Octopuses are about 90% muscle and can pull 10 times their weight. To help them move blood around this muscular body and to their gills, octopuses have 3 hearts. The homeowner heaves the attacker out and evicts her. The battle-scarred bruiser must take her chances in the open ocean. The rightful resident gets her apartment back. For some species, the rules of mating mean there are literally no boundaries. Every fall, moose get it on. A bull moose is over 1,300 pounds of concentrated lust. He can hear a cow's mating cry a mile away, and he'll follow it wherever it goes, even down to the suburbs. In Anchorage, Alaska, a female takes a trip to an uptown neighborhood. 2 evenly matched bulls are duking it out to impress her. Two 2,500 pounds of muscle go head to head. The hooves of these rutting Romeos are designed to grip in mud, not on a driveway. During the rut, bulls' neck muscles expand to twice their normal size. Their forehead skin is thickened to provide armor against antlers. So both must keep the fight front on. The downed Romeo counterattacks, while his rival struggles with a laundry line. Moose antlers regrow larger every year. They're 6 times harder to break than human bone. And the antlers of a mature bull protect his eyes in combat. But Romeo can't hold his gains. He begins to lose ground to the laundry line lover. It's like fighting on an ice rink. Turned sideways, Romeo loses forward momentum. There's only room for one lover boy in this town. And his rival hits the road alone.